Are we live? Are we live?
Yo,
All
yo,
right.
yo.
What's going on? What's going on? So,
So,
guys, we're going to wait for everyone to jump on real quick. We just blasted out the links. It is 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern on a beautiful Monday evening. I got my boy on with me, man. This guy's a young living legend, man. So we're gonna bring you guys a show, break everything down for you guys. I'm going to wait for everyone to jump in. I'm going to get some music going, get the vibes flowing, and share you guys a lot of what we've been doing. So. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Can you see it? The worst is over. The monsters in my head are scared. Find people, listen up. It's never too late to change your life. So run until you're alone again.
What's going on? What's going on? You guys, get all your guests in, get your team in. I know there's been a lot of energy in the environment. Let's get everyone plugged in. Remember that the same link that we used earlier is a different link than what we used over here. So my man Saul looking spiffy. He's out there at his office out there in Florida. So you got some good jewels.
okay.
Yo, Saul, is my connection pretty good?
Pretty good.
Everything's good. You hear me? Because I'm in this Mexico connection right now. So.
You good, you good.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and kick off here in a little bit. Right plug there, right plug there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just put the music. I know we've been doing webinars this entire day. A lot of exciting stuff on our end. I know, Saul, you're doing your own thing. You're doing your own movement. You got an office. You're killing it. You know, on our side, you know, a lot of momentum, a lot of energy. I'm sure you've been seeing it. You know, we just released a lounge, which is pretty much like the back end of our website where people have step-by-step training and stuff like that. So everyone's excited. Everyone's feeling the momentum. Obviously, you already know there's a lot of momentum in this company. I mean, there's a lot of momentum in your business yourself. But a lot of new people that's on this call right now, you know, they're brand new. They never heard about, you know, Bitcoins or USI or what we're doing. So I know a lot of people, they've been trying to figure out how can they start benefiting off of Bitcoin. You know, the revolution, I like to say, it's not just a digital currency. It's not just, you know, it's not just some kind of mythological like creation. It's something that's real. The price is going up as we speak. I think it just hit like 48.50 or something like that. So it's cool to see it, you know, break through support. And, you know, it's exciting, man. I mean, I know, how have you been doing with USI so far?
Man,
Bitcoin.
first of
Bitcoins
all,
yourself. I mean, let's talk about Bitcoins real quick.
Bitcoin,
What is your experience with Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is exactly,
I think you're muted, brother. I can't hear you.
Oh.
You
Can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good. Bitcoin is exactly it's a silent revolution of money, and most people don't yet realize that. And it's something that, you know, we might have heard the buzzword around, but until you take some time to seriously look into it, which I've begun to do during my time in USI Tech, completely changed my life. Like, you might wonder, who is this guy that came out of nowhere? It's because of Bitcoin. It's because of USI Tech. So what I recommend is you lock your doors and spend some time really digging deep into what Bitcoin is, because once you understand what you just said, bro, it's not just another currency. It's a revolution of money. It's the next metamorphosis of money. It's the money of the internet. It's going to be more secure and more valuable than gold or anything else that's existed. So you guys are definitely at the right place at the right time. And I say the right time because a lot of times we might have a bit of regret, like, hey, I wish I would have joined, like, you know, years back, got into the Bitcoin space and whatnot. But the thing is, like, I see a lot of merchants, a lot of big names coming into this space right now. So you don't really need to justify yourself anymore. You don't need to speculate anymore. You don't need to have even vision anymore. It is a reality. It is something that, you know, big brands like Microsoft and Virgin, the airline, is accepting as a valid form of payment. So think about it. They're not going to take something that's not valuable in exchange to give you their computers or a free ride on their airplanes. They understand that it's valuable. So you're definitely in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. Just to touch up on that a little bit, I mean, Saul hit it on the spot. You know, they're taking it as exchange for goods and services, and at the same time, I talked about on a previous call, they do it for a reason, because they too want to start earning in Bitcoin, just like all of us. You know, so they set up, you know, their company to start accepting payments and stuff like that. For a reason. Obviously, it's quicker transactions. You know, I talk about it all the time. Whenever you make a payment with your credit or debit card, you have to put in your first name, last name, address, CVV, all that kind of stuff. You know, with Bitcoins, I mean, my flight to Mexico over here, I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook, but literally I booked a flight with Bitcoins, and I was just mind blown. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, I did that so fast, and literally like 2 seconds, just scanned my QR code and paid for it, and I was already here in Cancun, and I'm in Playa del Carmen right now. Beautiful. My connection might be a little laggy, guys, but just like Saul and I, you know, I feel like we're onto something when it comes to Bitcoins. I mean, I've been personally in the crypto space the last year and a half, just kind of trading it. If you guys know me, I've been in the foreign exchange markets. I've been on all kind of trading aspects. I've been a diehard entrepreneur. I know same thing for Saul. And you know, we're always looking for opportunities. That's just what it is. We're always looking for opportunities for potential profits. And, you know, like I said, whenever it comes to Bitcoin, it's not just something where you can get profits from and see some great returns, but it's more than just that. It's really like power back to the people. And I think that's what we're all getting to see here way before the wave. So, I mean, just to jump right into it, I know, I don't know if you want to talk about the numbers of Bitcoin. I know you're very familiar with that. I've seen some of your live videos where you talk about, you know, where the price was at in 2013, 2012. Just so people can kind of get a feel of what's happening right in front of their eyes.
Yeah, let me hit on that because people don't understand. You know, when you tell them 40% return in 6.5 months, 140 days, they're like, damn, some people think that's too high, and they think, you know, this can't last. Well, you have to understand that there's nothing that's ever existed like Bitcoin. Think about something that started less than 10 years ago that was 1/100th of a penny, meaning if you took 1 penny and cut it into 100 pieces, it would be one of those pieces. And who would have thought that that one thing would be valued today now close to, and at some point it will be like close to $5,000, but it's already at like 4,800, 4,700 right now as we speak. So if you think about that growth percentage, it's like something astronomical, like 400,000%. Which stock, which dividend, which other investment vehicle have you ever found that has had that amount of growth? And the reason why is exactly what you said, which is it's giving power back to the people. You have to ask yourself, when you're ever wondering what is the future of Bitcoin, just evaluate it like this. Does it increase the freedom of the people, or does it decrease the freedom of the people? If it increases, sooner or later, people are going to see the conveniences of it and they're going to get into it. And that's why when people look at Bitcoin right now and they say, you know, it's too late, or I missed the boat, you're missing the bigger picture, actually, because there's a fixed quantity of it, which is 21 million Bitcoins, and there is growing demand. And so the simple principle of economics says if you have fixed quantity and growing demand, what's going to happen to the value? It's going to skyrocket.
Supply and demand. I mean, guys, it's pretty simple. Like if everyone wants a certain something, a certain supply, there's a lot of demand for it. And like I said, like Saul talked about, there's limited amounts of supply of Bitcoin. So as everyone is starting to get involved in the Bitcoin space and buy a lot of Bitcoins, you know, less and less supply, more and more demand. And you guys already know, like the experts' predictions. I'm not gonna say it's our predictions, but the experts' predictions in the financial markets. I mean, they're talking about some really really high numbers. And I think, for me, so it's kind of like once you guys get involved in some kind of niche, you start to meet so many different people that are seeing success within that niche. So, I mean, for myself, I met so many people that went 0 to 100 with just Bitcoins or other altcoins or trading cryptos or mining cryptos. If you guys are familiar with mining, it's pretty much creating Bitcoins using mathematical equations with computers, using a lot of electricity power. So literally just like, people used to mine for gold back in the days, go digging underground, go digging in tunnels. You can mine Bitcoins, and that's actually what the company is doing that we're partnered up with. They just actually signed a large $70 million deal on mining equipment. And honestly, they're just giving everyone a piece of the pie. This is a situation where you guys don't you guys don't have to know all the ins and outs about Bitcoin, because crypto, Bitcoin, it can get really complicated. There's a lot of nitty-gritty details. You don't have to be a professor on it. If you do want to, it's fine. I really believe it's something that's worth learning, because it's not something they're going to teach you in school or your mom and dad's going to teach you, because we are the first generation to be living through this learning experience of this first new digital currency. Like the same way the internet was first introduced to the world. Most people didn't believe in the power of the internet. People doubted it. Companies doubted it. I always talk about the Blockbuster situation. Most Blockbuster, for example, didn't catch on to the trend and they got left behind. Companies like Netflix, like Redbox, they understood the opportunity. And that's where you guys got to come in and say, hold on, let me make sure my screen is showing. But that's where you guys got to come in and notice, all right, I don't want to be that guy getting left behind. I want to stay ahead of the curve. And the people that stayed ahead of the curve back then, 3 years ago, back then 2 years ago, or even just earlier in 2017, I mean, the price was just at like $1,200, I think, in early 2017. Now it just hit, 5,000. Right now it's at about 4,800. So it's crazy to just think about that growth and how many people are actually winning and benefiting off of it. And guys, that's why it comes down to this one major conclusion. Whether you want to learn how to trade Bitcoins or not, it's definitely worth it. But do something where you can start earning in Bitcoins, all right? That's all I got to say. No matter what it is, no matter if you're coming in with our company or our team, whatever it is, do something. Do something to start earning in Bitcoin. If you have a company that you guys own, start accepting Bitcoins as goods and services, because you're going to thank yourself later, because you're going to make money on the money that you're already earning in your company, kind of thing. So I'm excited about what we have. I know, Saul, he's been with this company that we've been partnered up with. I mean, if you guys already know the Bit by Bit Life organization, that's our personal team. Saul is not with us yet, but yet he's like a brother to me. He's working side by side ever since I came on board. I called this guy up and I was like, dude, I'm about to go ham with this company. I want to hear your legit opinion on the company. Are you seeing results? Because Saul even hit me up. He's like, dude, if you're such a big leader, you're connected with the master distributor. He's like, why are you talking to me, man? Like, why you gotta hear my opinion? So I was like, bro, I've seen what you've been doing, and like you're someone, and you told me this clearly on that video, or on that call. You were like, dude, I'm someone that didn't start with a huge following or huge amounts of money or something like that. And that's what I wanted to hear, because I know there's a lot of people on this call. They're trying to figure out, like, man, I don't have enough money to my name. I don't have a huge following, but is it still possible, to win with a company like this? So guys, before we even go to that, I know, I wanted to break down more of like USI. I think Saul, he has more of the experience within the game. He's been in this company for five months, and he's seen amazing results. I think I saw on your Facebook today, you said I had a $4,000 day here with USI. Time for my lunch break, right? So it
was 5 o'clock. It was 5 p.m. at the time. But I'll tell you this, man. This company, and you say 5 months, that's actually overestimation, because June, July, August, September, not even the middle of October. So 4.5 months. What I'm trying to put this into perspective, that in this 4-month time frame, I didn't have an office. I didn't have a secretary. I didn't have the capacity to go to a 10-day Europe trip that I'm about to head out to in less than 2 weeks. So as Arslan had just mentioned, get into this space, because this space is the greatest redistribution of wealth that we will see in our lifetimes. It is like what has happened generation before, during the Microsoft and the internet times, which was maybe we were too young to participate in that. But this right here, you really want to educate yourself. And when I really shook up and got interested is when this opportunity was brought to my attention before it was launched on March 1st. I was too busy. I was doing actually Forex. I ran a PAM, which was Forex trading. And I found out 3 months later, so after I didn't join that the guy who brought it to my attention was making $250,000 a month. And I was like, I definitely missed something there. So I revisited the situation, understood it. Don't let that be you. And I now use that as a part of my story to say, yes, I wish I would have started at that particular time, but I now work with the hustle, knowing that I could have been somewhere even greater, but I'm humbled to be where I am. So in the 4.5 months that I've been in, I didn't have the following that you mentioned. What I did was I put in the sweat equity. Regardless of if you start with 1 pack today or 100 packs today, what's going to determine your success is your sweat equity, is your work ethic, is your commitment. And my commitment level is extremely high. And you know why it's high? Because I didn't always have an opportunity like this. There was a time in my life when I worked overnight at like Walgreens as an overnight manager, slept a little few hours, went to my day job, slept a few hours, went to my night job. And so now that I have an opportunity to do this, I work even more hours, but I'm more than happy to do it because it's on my terms. I get paid every single day, and I'm making more money than I've ever made. So with that,
that's called self-discipline, and that's how you be a boss. I mean, I just touched up on that subject in the last call. I was like, guys, if you want to be able to boss up and not get bossed around, then you got to start being self-accountable for your actions, for your discipline, for your schedule. I mean, just like you talked about, dude, like some people, they'll be so down to work, 8-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, just for some pocket change kind of thing. And nothing against jobs. I always tell people, like, use your job as a catalyst, for your future endeavors and investments and businesses and stuff like that. Like, you're getting capital, you're earning money from there. That's a source, but most people, they don't end up being smart with the money they're making. I mean, there's some people that just came into our team and they're like, dude, I'm working at Jimmy John's, but I'm going to buy 20 BTC packs. I'm like, damn, like, you're only earning like $10 an hour and you're still over here making it happen. Like, you're someone that I know is going to go far. So, dude, you started at Walgreens and stuff like that. I mean, I started at Panera Bread 5 years ago. So I was making broccoli cheddar soup and all kinds of paninis and stuff like that. And it's crazy to see, fast forward, I went from like literally making bread to literally making bread and sharing.
Making bread. I like that.
I'll say so. I mean, guys, before we even jump into like everything about the details and more in depth into like the story of how Saul was able to make it, I want to be able to go into the subject of USI and what it's been doing. I mean, if you guys don't know much about the company yet, I mean, they're about to hit their first year anniversary event at London. So Saul's going to be out there. I'm going to be out there. A lot of the members in our team are going to be out there. So it's going to be an exciting event. I mean, like I was talking about, this is the first time I'm going to an event where literally everyone is winning, where everyone's making money, and we're going to be surrounded by so much Bitcoin enthusiasts and millionaires and six-figure earners. And it's just crazy to see, what we're being a part of here. So that London event's going to be crazy. That marks USI's, first year in the game. But honestly, they've been in the financial markets for the last like 15, 20, 30 years. They got traders that are really, specialists at designing EA softwares. I mean, Sal and I both are experienced in the Forex markets, and I think we can both agree that, trading in the crypto markets is a lot more profitable, less riskier, long-term uptrend. It's just all about catching your entries kind of thing. But the cool thing about this is that, like, we're not in a company where people got to take the time to learn how to trade or analyze the markets. Most people, they have a busy life. There may be in another network marketing company. There may be in another job or dealing with school, gym, whatever it is. But what's cool with the concept of this company is for people to just be able to plug and play, right? Be able to earn hands-free, literally plug and play. I mean, with the product, there's so many people that are coming in and they're deciding the amount that they want to start off with. You can start with whatever you want, guys. I mean, when we talk about the power of this company, it's literally free to sign up. There's no monthly memberships. There's no hidden fees or anything like that. It's literally, we just got the BTC packages and we got the Forex software. So, I mean, I know whenever USI first started, they started with the Forex software. And what they did was they pretty much created something called an EA robot, which is basically a software system that's designed to be able to analyze the markets all throughout the day and find potential setups and potential trades, right? And the reason why I think it's really powerful is because, in software especially, is because when it comes to trading, there's one major human emotion that gets in the way of traders, and that's called emotion, right? And most people, they either get really greedy or they don't know when to pull out kind of thing, and then they get into a really bad situation. So the cool thing about these EA trading softwares is that they can still read the markets like a really good trader can, but they're not emotional. They're not you know, they're not sleepy, they're not drowsy. You know, some people, they mess up because they're asleep during a trade kind of thing. So this is going on all throughout the day. And every product that USI is coming out with is absolutely crushing it. I mean, they have an FX Blue. I think that's what got me here. I mean, one of the things that got me here is that they show transparency. Like, maybe the Forex software is not the main focus here, but I just want people to understand that they have the mind and the mission of hands-free automation money kind of thing. Plug and play from Forex to Bitcoins and to the next product that they're about to release in London, about the next crypto product, which is going to be crazy, right? But pretty much, guys, if you're familiar with Forex, you and I both know, and Saul knows, that FX Blue and FX Book is the two most documented, legit websites to track Forex trading. Most companies, most traders that act like they got it, they won't be down to prove it. They won't be able to provide that kind of documentation because that's public information tracking their live trades. And, you know, going through, you know, USI's, you know, FX Blue, just seeing the results they've been doing, 2 to 4% every month, seeing that they had an account started with like $290,000 live money, and now they're at about like $61,000 profit with minimal. I mean, they do have some drawdown, but they have really minimal risk. You know, they're trading with like 0.01 lots. I know to some people, if this is a foreign language, don't worry, you'll get it down. I know whenever we first, you know, got involved in these industries, but here's what I got to tell you guys, all right? The laptop lifestyle is real. Internet money is real. I mean, we got Wi-Fi. I'm literally a living example that you could be anywhere in the world, still crushing this thing, making as much money as you want to, and living life on your own terms. Like, I'm telling people, like, understand the times that we are living in right now. The reason why I travel so much and live like I do, so I can show you guys the possibilities. I mean, Saul too. I mean, he's about to go on his London trip. He's just getting started. I remember when I started 4 years ago, and I was getting. And it's funny talking about 4 years ago. My first ever trip in the game was here to Cancun. So it's cool being back. I know we just went to Cocobongo, which was a club down the street. And if you guys saw my Snapchat, it's not just your ordinary club. It's like a performance arts, crazy Spider-Man and all types of crazy stuff. And it just brought down so many memories. But it's crazy to see what the possibilities are. I know with USI Tech, that it's possible for you guys to do the same thing as well as Saul, as me, and as all the other members in USI. I mean, there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. So if you could kind of go into, you know, the background, also the corporate crew. I think you know the reason why I'm like putting you on the spot is because, you know, people listen to me. They're on the team, but I've only been in this company, you know, for like 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm just like lit. I'm on every call. I'm bringing out the energy. I'm like a little energized in front of you, but like, experience when it comes to USI. You've seen it all. You've seen the growth. You've seen it go 0 to 100. So if you could kind of give a background on what you've seen the last 5 months, and also talk about, you know, the corporate crew. I know you said you were at that Seattle event that just happened. You were at the what, London event or Pennsylvania?
No, Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philly, whatever. So if you could kind of just give a little rundown on the founders and all that, the background.
The Philadelphia event was the USA official kickoff of USI in the United States, and I almost didn't go.
By the way, before you go into that, I'm going to let everyone know that the reason why I did join USI is because I watched that event on YouTube hours after it happened, because I saw that they were launching here in the United States, one of the hardest countries in the world to get into, and they officially launched it here. You know, getting along in terms of the compliance and stuff like that. So listen up to what he's saying. He was out there at that event and saw with his own eyes, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was almost missed that opportunity to go. I was already in USI, but I gotta say, going to that event really lit me up because, like you mentioned, there's a lot of Bitcoin enthusiasts in there. But more than that, to see the owner on stage show documentation, legal documentation of them having gone on to compliance regulations of the United States and going to the SEC and asking them to vet their business model, vet the way that they're making money, and that being compliant with US regulations for them to be able to market this in all 50 states, that right there, I've never seen any company do. And that right there, that initiative on their front versus waiting for some agency to knock on their door and asking questions, the fact that they took this initiative, I was like, this company's different. They're doing something different. The owners are visible. They're transparent. They just invited everyone to the owner's backyard, meaning that like where the owner lives in Spain, like they were just there. You don't do that if you're not planning a long-term future building something. So honestly, this company has one of the most not only transparent, but solid and good track records, because Horst, the owner, has a history of taking companies public to the exchange, the stock exchange, and that's the intention that he has with USI Tech. Some of the stuff that's about to come in London, I have bits and pieces of, and I was lit up by that, because what's about to come out is going to set this company up for years, and something that has the backings of some very, very wealthy people, some deep pockets, some deep connections. So this is a company that's set up on a very, very strong foundation with transparency. And like you said, Arslan, it was really the Forex stuff that showed me that they have the intelligence to create an automated system that can work to produce profit. So why could they not do the same thing with cryptocurrency?
Works.
It works, exactly, it works. So the fact that people could buy this EA, this expert advisor, put it on their own computer and see it making money was a very, very strong sign that this company was indeed legit, and they did have the intelligence, and they were doing what they were saying.
Real quick, for people that don't know, Horst also, who's the CEO, I mean, he's visible. These guys are out there touring around the world. I mean, it's not just the U.S. Actually, U.S. is like a little baby fish in the pond right now. There's sharks out there. There's so many countries. Philippines, like all over Europe, all over South America, Japan. I mean, dude, it's just crazy what's going on out there. There's 250,000 people in this company, and it hasn't even hit 1 year yet. And if you guys study, you see, where they're at from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, you can understand the curve that we're ahead of right now before this thing really explodes. And like I said, you look at USI's website and everything, it's not the sexiest thing. You look at their back office, it's not the fastest thing. But the fact that they're at this amount of members in the company already shows you that the product actually works. And that's why we're here. We're not here because this is some kind of MLM hype pitch or some kind of, business, sell event kind of thing. It's literally, we're in a business of just making you guys money, putting you guys in a situation to start winning. And I think what's cool about Horst, like I was talking about, he took companies public to the stock market as well. And he also, one of the companies was a multi-billion-dollar company, which, involved with locks and securities. And I'm talking about like door locks and stuff like that. So it had nothing to do with trading or MLM or anything like that. He was completely out there in the corporate world. And now he's over here. He's a Steve Jobs. He's a brains behind the company leading this thing. And like I said, everything they come out with is fire. They're the type of company to not really like put all the hype up front and say, oh, we're coming with this, we're coming with this. They do it, and then they get you hyped up. So that's what I'm saying. This London event goes down. A lot of exciting things are going to be rolling out. That's going to take this company to a whole nother level. So if you could kind of touch up on the BTC packs, how can people start earning, in Bitcoins every day? I know people, they want to earn Bitcoins, but we're talking about plug and play. So do we have a product that lets people earn in Bitcoins or what?
So especially with the Bitcoin space, I mean, it's an area that you might have seen a lot of growth in, when you look at the numbers, you're like, holy shit, like this grew way past me. I can't buy a full Bitcoin right now. And so how do I get into this space? Well, USI Tech has created a BTC pack that allows you to enter this space by buying a fraction of a Bitcoin in the pack size of 50 euros or $60. That allows you to participate in this game without really understanding the technicalities yet, so you can educate yourself while you put your money to work for as little as $60. And then you can have the proof of concept. So what happens? How did they actually make the money? Well, there's several ways. When you buy the BTC pack, what you're doing is you're allocating a certain amount of Bitcoin to them to use for several different purposes. One is Bitcoin is a currency, so it can be traded like a currency. So just as USI Tech has a automated software for Forex, they're also able to do the same for the Bitcoin. More than that, unlike Forex, Bitcoin has another element called mining. Mining is the minting or the creating of new Bitcoins, and every computer that actually participates in that receives a bit of Bitcoin in terms of the work that they do, and that helps to create more Bitcoin. So they have the computational power and the infrastructure for that. We don't need to
touch up on that real quick. I know most people, they don't understand mining, but guys, they have, some people just have, 1 or 2 computers in their bedroom kind of thing, and their room feels like a sauna, and they just get burnt up kind of thing, because there's so much energy, computing power kind of thing. But when it comes to bigger operations of mining, there's actual mining facilities, mining farms. So, companies like USI, they're partnered with companies that have huge operations where if you came in, I mean, like I said, it's just one huge sauna, it's just one huge facility. And like I said, they just signed a couple of days ago a $70 million deal leasing, $70 million worth of mining equipment. And like I said, imagine how much Bitcoins and coins they're able to create on a day-to-day basis. So basically, what Saul's talking about the BTC pack, and I want you guys to understand, when I talked about it's free to join, it is free to join. It's free to enroll. There's no sign-up fee. There's nothing like that. There's no monthly membership. There's no auto ship. It's literally free to enroll. Now, for you to start, you can, because obviously you can't just make money without doing anything. Now, the cool thing is you can come in and not even buy one BTC pack and start earning through the commission plan, but that's for later. I want to talk about the product. It's only 50 euros for one BTC product, and the reason why we go by euros is because it's an international company. They didn't just kick off here in the US, right? So 50 euros and whatever the exchange is, about 60 US dollars, right, for one BTC pack. And you can start with as many as you want. Now, US side, like Saul talked about, they have a goal of being able to return people Bitcoins day by day, Monday through Friday, through their mining and their trading operations. So the cool thing is, no matter what's going on in the Bitcoin markets, whether it's going up or whether it's going down, they're still paying you guys out estimate 1% every day. And how do they do that? Because you can also make money when the price is going down if you're trading BTC USD. Horst, the CEO even talked about this in one of these live webinars. I think I saw it, where he was like, the price just went down after that China news came out, and most people started getting in panic mode, started worrying, started selling their Bitcoins. And at the same time, we were all here chilling, living. Everyone was still getting paid out every day. And, people were just like, damn, like this is a crazy situation we have here, because USI can still make money by placing sells, by placing buys, by predicting it's about to drop, by predicting it's about to rise, for people that don't understand trading. So they have their mining and their trading going on, and you can imagine the amount of capital that they're working with when it comes to their mining and trading. So imagine the amount that they're earning on a day-to-day basis, and they're splitting that with you guys. Now, the way it works is one BTC pack, 50 euros, 60 US dollars. The reason why I repeat myself is so you guys get it through your brains and understand the power of this one simple product that is changing so many lives around the world as I speak. Hundreds of thousands, it's literally like 1,500 people joining a day, right? This one product, their goal is to bring you 140% total to the BTC pack that you bought of your capital. So if you bought 50 euros worth, their goal is to get you 140%. Now, to make this really simple to understand, 100%. And this could take 140 days. This could take 160 days. This could take 130 days. It really depends on how they're doing on their trading and mining day by day. Like one day they could pay out 1.25. The next day they could pay out 0.95, 0.85, whatever it is. But usually they've been performing really, really well ever since they launched on March 1st. And Saul can tell you himself, he's seen this company for the last 5 months. Dude, they're paying out like average 1% every day, right? They're actually following through. Right?
They are following through. They haven't, they haven't missed. That's the cool part. They haven't had technical problems, and they haven't had, complaints. They're building the infrastructure as we speak. I know exactly what you mean, Arslan. Like the first time in March when this was brought to me, I too went on their website. I'm like, this doesn't look sexy. And I missed, the point of it, because I was seeing the Forex stuff, and I was just like, I didn't really get it. And, now with a bit more knowledge, I understand what they're doing. At the Seattle event, they mentioned they're creating a multi-million-dollar back office in parallel to what they have right now, and they're going to migrate everyone over as that is being completed, and we won't be affected by that move.
And sorry for interrupting, but to release some news on that, I heard this from the same companies that Janess is working with. These are like multi-billion-dollar companies that use the same back office program. So as far as stuff coming out after London websites, back office products, it's crazy to see what's going on. But so can you just really touch up on like the way the numbers kind of work when it comes to the BTC packs? I think people, when they really understand the power of that, then they're just like, dude, oh my gosh, like especially the compound effect, right? The rebuying method.
Yes. So I want to start. You'll understand the picture better if I use simpler math, and we're going to use a number that everyone should be striving for. I know you may not be able to start, but strive for the number of 100 packs, which is $6,000. And here's why. When you get to $6,000, you're earning 1% of that per day. What is 1% of $6,000? 60. 60 is also a very, very special number, because that's exactly the price of another BTC pack. So when you hit that mark of 100 packs, $6,000 worth of Bitcoin, essentially every day you're getting to compound or withdraw if you wanted to. So you could buy pack number 101, and then Tuesday you can buy pack number 102. And that compounding allows you to make so much more than the 40% if you were to not compound. And so that the wise understand to compound, and you may get to a point where you're like, okay, I've hit the number of packs that I wanted, whether it's 500 or 800 or 1,000, and then you can do a split of 70% rebuy, 30% withdraw. So get to your financial goal, reverse the numbers. Say if you want to make $5,000 a month, do the math in reverse and say, okay, they're paying out 20 days a week. Divide 5,000 by 20 days, see how much that is, and then see how much you would need in terms of packs. And you can either put in the capital or put in the hustle by earning the commissions and rolling the commissions to buy more packs to get there.
Exactly. I mean, to touch on that, whenever I first started, it's funny. I wasn't even sold on USI like that. I wasn't even ready to promote it. I wasn't ready to attach my name. Obviously, I have a big name in the space, a lot of credibility. I literally, myself being an entrepreneur and an investor, I just want to put my money to work. I always talk about, I don't like just keeping my money in the bank, sitting there frozen up, not really working. I like to put my money to work. I like to call my money the employee of the year, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me try to find something like USI where I can start earning in crypto. And I put up $5,000 worth. And like I said, you guys don't have to start with 5,000. You don't have to start with 10,000. You can start with a couple hundred. You can start with $60. Whatever you're more comfortable with. But I started with 5,000. I just want to use the product and never speak about it to anybody out there, right? I didn't want to do any webinars. And then it's crazy because day number one, I saw, and that's 90 BTC packs, by the way. So I started with 90. Day number one, I saw $45 come in. And I was like, damn, like I didn't even log in. I didn't even, even look. I don't even know what the company's really about. I just made $45 hands-free. This is crazy. And then day number two came, and I made like another $44. The percentage was like a little bit lower. And I now had like $90, and I was like, this is insane. You know what I'm saying? And what I did with that 90 is I rebought another BTC pack, and now I was at 91. I mean, you fast forward 3.5 weeks later. Right now I'm at about 32 BTC packs right now. Obviously, product returns, rebuying, and obviously a lot of commission, stuff like that. So it's really powerful. I mean, the product alone. I mean, you guys have two options. Number one, you can just start off with the initial capital BTC packs you want to start off with, whether it's $100, 120 bucks, or whether it's 2,000, 5,000, 1,000, whatever it is, and then simply just get your 140% return. And what do I mean by that? You get 100% of your money back, right? And you also get your 40% profit, right? That's option number one. And then you're just withdrawing every day, you're withdrawing every week, you're not rebuying any more BTC packs. But I think the biggest thing over here is the fact that we can take advantage of the compound effect. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Albert Einstein, one of the smartest guys on the planet, talked about how the compound effect, compound interest, is the eighth wonder of the world, and most people just do not know about it. Most people know of it, but they don't actually apply it. And what's cool is I actually learned more about compound effect and interest by learning about rebuying and BTC packs. Now it just like made me understand the investment game so much more better whenever it comes to my future, endeavors, whatever it is. So, I mean, I'm sure, I can't even imagine the amount of BTC packs you see rolling on a day-to-day basis. I mean, you have people coming in every day. I see the screenshots on your timeline. But like I said, there's option number one where you guys can just come with your initial capital, your initial BTC packs, write it out, withdraw all your returns, and get 40% profit, get 100% returns. Or, because remember, each BTC pack expires after 140%. But what if you could just keep rebuying, packs with the returns that you're making on a day-to-day basis? Like Saul talked about, if you started with 100, the next day you're gonna have $60 worth. So you can use that $60 to buy package number 101, 102, 103 as the days go by. And that actually increases the rate, because now let's say you start at 100, you're making like one BTC pack a day. As you keep on rebuying, now you get to a point where you're earning 2 BTC packs a day and so forth. You get what I'm saying? So I know I'm connected with some millionaires in the company that have like 1,500 BTC, 15,000 BTC packs, 17,000 BTC packs. And if you guys do the math, that's what, like 8,000 a day. So it's crazy to see what's possible here. But guys, like I said, you don't have to be great to start. You don't have to start with a large amount. You just got to start somewhere. Saul talked about the first, most craziest time to jump on board was going to be in March 1st when the product was first released. But the second best time is right here, right now, because most people that sleep on it 2, 3, 4, 5 months down the road, especially when they see the new crypto product coming out, I mean, they're going to look back at these kind of webinars, where we were throwing down, trying to get everybody on. I mean, I really believe in, the long-term vision of it. I mean, I'm personally connected with the corporate crew and the staff and master distributor and the leaders. And, they're, Saul just talked about as well. They were out there in the Mallorca event in Spain, where they were all hanging out with the CEO, and they were all together having a great time, an amazing time, and really celebrating what just happened in the last 8 months, because they all went 0 to 100 real quick, 0 to a million real quick. So they were talking about a lot of the new stuff they're coming out, and I mean, all the leaders were filling me in, and I mean, they're really putting down the groundwork. So everyone that's seeing USI where it's at today, understand that it's a blessing. You're literally seeing it at its Nintendo 64 eggs before it gets to Xbox One. And it's cool to see. It's coming together. People are earning on a day-to-day basis. It's not something of overhype and under delivering, anything like that. Like, people are seeing results every day, Monday through Friday, and it's not something where we got to sell you guys onto anything. It's just an opportunity where you can plug in, start making some money in Bitcoins, and keep in mind, if the Bitcoin price does rise, on top of the money that you're earning, you could be making more money on the money that you're earning. Like, I don't know if you guys saw my withdrawal video, but I just did a withdrawal of like $1,200 to show that this thing's legit on my YouTube channel, and it hit within like 14 hours, and then the price just skyrocketed. Just, you guys saw, I think it was just at 4,400, 4,800. I made money on the money I made. So think about how crazy this concept is. Just think about it. It's mind blowing. So there's a Forex software. There's a BTC package. Guys, it's Monday evening right now. You still have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I suggest you guys buckling down, getting locked in, getting your BTC packages tonight. I mean, I'm going to be helping you guys all throughout the night and all that kind of good stuff. But real quick, I mean, before I even end it off, I mean, I know there's also the commission side of it. Now, you guys already know with the product you can earn hands-free. All right? We already know Monday through Friday, estimate 1% a day. That's estimate 20% a month. It's like 18 to 20% a month. And if you guys do the numbers, those are amazing numbers. You won't find that in most investments out there if you guys are really into the investment game. So a lot of potential here, right? A lot of potential here. And I always tell people, I'm not saying this is the best thing in the world since sliced bread. I always tell people there's always a risk involved whenever there's any kind of capital being put up. So do your own due diligence, do your own research, form your own opinion. If you feel comfortable with it, if you really understand where we're coming from, and you're seeing the testimonials, you're seeing the results, you're seeing live people that are, I mean, you're doing this full time, right? Saul, you're doing this full time?
Absolutely. This is my full-time commitment and passion, because I see an opportunity, a very, very clear road to making the insane amount of money that I want to make, which is 6-figure a month, and I'm actually on track to hitting that this December. I want to touch upon four concepts, okay? Let's look at all these 4 concepts individually. Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency space, that already is a very, very attractive space, because as I mentioned, nothing has in the history of humanity grown that much, like in the astronomical percentage as Bitcoin, something that started less than a penny to well over $4,800. That's one sector. So it's a great area to be in. Second, automation. The fact that you can make money without being committed with your time, with your energy, with your knowledge. That's another very, very beautiful and attractive concept. Third, compounding. As Arslan mentioned, 8th wonder of the world. That is a very, very lucrative and powerful concept. Fourth, commissions. The fact that you don't have to put up all the financial capital, maybe you can just start with whatever you feel comfortable with and put in the sweat equity to make all the numbers happen. Because if you want to hit the 100 packs and be able to compound like that, and you only have funds for 10 packs, the 600, you can work the rest of the 90 packs. So let's take those 4 concepts: Bitcoin, automation, compounding, and commissions. Separately, they're great vehicles for financial freedom. When you've combined them into one product, the synergy of that is what's making this company so sexy and so powerful in changing people's lives. Not only do I do this full time, I've been able to help several people quit their job and do this full time. So that's why it's so powerful.
Say that again.
I've been able to help people quit their job to do this full time. Do you know how powerful that is when someone can let go of their 9-to-5 and say goodbye to their employers? And not only that, not only are those business partners, but like I now employ someone full time where their full paycheck comes from me, and that's my secretary. So that's like so it's a very powerful concept. So keep that in mind. For those 4 elements, the synergy of that, this one company has. Let that settle.
I think the best methodology when it comes to that, you're forward. I mean, you hit it spot on, man. Spot on. the snowball effect. I mean, if you guys have a little snowball just rolling down a mountain, what happens? It grows a lot bigger, a lot faster, because there's so many kind of different streams coming in. The BTC packs, the commissions, the rebuy method with the BTC packs. And if you guys really do the numbers and think about it, I mean, most of everyone is going to want to compound their BTC packages. So even if they're starting with 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 BTC packs, usually they're going to end up getting to 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000 BTC packs, because they want that long-term possible profit that they can earn. Now, one thing that's really important to talk about, obviously, past results do not guarantee future results. I know ever since, they started in March, they've been hitting those numbers spot on, and they have not missed a day like Saul talked about, and they do not plan on missing a day. But obviously, we can't sit here and tell you guys this is guaranteed money, because nothing's guaranteed. But I'll tell you guys that they are committed. They are committed to making sure that every day that people are getting that 1%, because they're killing it, man. They're killing it with the mining and trading. So guys, we're gonna stop right there on the product side of it. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the commissions, because I know a lot of people. You guys have a lot of friends, all right? And if you don't believe so, go to your Facebook friends list, all right? You know what I'm saying? You probably have like 500 people, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, whatever it is, all right? You know, and here's the thing. Everyone out there wants to make money, all right? Money's the one thing that just like moves people. It's the one thing. Whenever someone wakes up in the day, what's the first thing they got to do? Go make money. That's their main objective of the day. They got to make money, because you got to make money to live on this planet. And most people, here's the sad thing, the sad reality, even though most people are working for money on a day-to-day basis, they don't have any financial literacy. So whenever you plug in with people like me and Saul, and you understand, you start to learn about, money and the way it moves and the way it flows. I mean, we learn about like Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. He literally talks about stop thinking like an employee-minded person where 95% of the world lives in, but only 5% of the wealth is at, and start getting on the other side of the bracket where there's 5% of the people, but 95% of the wealth. And the reason why me and Sal are where we're at today, able to leave our 9-to-5s and stuff like that, is because we started thinking like an entrepreneur, like an investor. We didn't keep thinking at the same level as our friends and our family that don't have what we want. We chose to take another path, and that's why we're getting different results than most people, because they're taking the same, original approach kind of thing. So, I mean, you guys got to understand, there's a commission aspect of it too. If you guys want to build this thing, the word of mouth advertisement model is the most powerful model in the game right now. I mean, Uber is doing it, Airbnb, Facebook. I mean, how did you guys hear about Facebook? How did you sign up for Facebook? Did you go to some kind of event or something like that? How'd you hear about it? There wasn't a billboard, there wasn't a commercial, there wasn't a radio ad. You heard about it from a friend, and that friend probably heard about it from another friend. Duplicated so fast, and that company's at about 2 billion people, and there's 7 billion people on this planet. Think about that. That's numbers right there, 2 billion, and they didn't do any traditional advertisements. You look at Uber, Airbnb, they have all kinds of like referral programs and stuff in their companies, because instead of companies paying billions and trillions of dollars towards advertisement budgets, they want to start paying the people because they want to compensate them well. And the thing is, you get compensated so well over a year that you can live on it, as a full-time gig kind of thing, or even more. You can make a fortune. There's people that's coming and making millions. There's 20 millionaires in this company that were definitely not millionaires before they became millionaires. So a lot of people that went 0 to 100 real quick, not only because of the BTC packages, but because they did go hard, when it came to building this thing, to sharing this thing with the world. Because obviously you guys can see it's an opportunity that's a no-brainer, and it's like, all right, you're not over here trying to sell someone a product that they're not going to want to use. You got to convince them to use. You're literally sharing. I don't call it sharing. You're sharing a product, a service that's literally making people money. And guess what I said earlier? Everyone wants to make money. So all you guys got to do is just get the information in front of people and put them on game, put them in a position to win, and you're going to benefit off of it as well. It's a win-win situation for both of you guys, because everyone that you guys personally sponsor or enroll, and here's the thing, whenever you guys get on board with USI, even if you get on a free account, everyone has their own link. You have your own website. So boom, already you feel like a G. You already got your own website. You're feeling it. It's your first website ever. You got your own link. You got your own website, and you can send that link to other people if they're interested, and they can sign up through you. And every time they buy a BTC package, you will receive 10% in commissions, and that gets paid out instantly in Bitcoin. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait every week or every month or anything like that. Instantly, all right. And every time they buy a BTC pack, including rebuys. Now, if you guys look at the rebuy calculator, and you look at some of the videos that we have talking about rebuy methods, you guys will understand the crazy power of the snowball effect of what's possible. Because once people are earning, 10% off of the first BTC packs, more and more people are going to be rebuying and so forth. So that's only the first level. So you could come in and personally sponsor as many people as you guys want. And here's the cool thing. You don't even have to buy one BTC package. Like, you could literally be on a free account. Let's say you have no money to your name. That's why I love this thing, man, because there's people that can come in as big investors and actually crush it. And there's people that can come in that are homeless under the bridge and still come in and crush it, because all they do is create a free account. Like, dude, I'm like, dude, why are hobos not doing this thing? You know, like, they can come in and create a free account and go put people on the thing and start making money with this. So it's cool. This is an opportunity for everyone. Understand, watch the compensation plan videos. I know this call, we didn't want to have visual representation and stuff like that. We wanted to be more personal with you guys. We want to share the energy. But guys, the comp plan is really powerful. The first level is 10%. The second level is 3%. It goes 3% to 1% all the way down to 12 levels. So you can do the math on the power of how much you can earn. But before I go into that, guys, on the website that you guys are watching this on, the bitbybit.life website, I have tons of videos and content on the compensation plan, a more in-detailed video where I have a whole PowerPoint presentation. I would suggest you guys to watch it and study it, because we talk more in depth about the founders, the BTC packs, the full rack software, the compensation plan, and Bitcoins and all that kind of good stuff. So if you guys want to get the details, make sure you watch it. But I just wanted you guys to meet Sal, meet a little bit of me personally, and understand what's really possible here with USI. I mean, Sal, like, how much are you making, man? Like, what are the results that you're seeing over here? You know.
I'll try to be compliant and give you numbers as well. As you know, September 2017 was a very, very historical month for me, because that's the first month in my life that I have made what my family's total annual income in a single month, and that was thanks to what I'm doing with USI. And like I told you, I didn't really have a name or a following or an office or anything that I do, or the future that I have by the end of this year. I had one goal for 2017, which was somehow I wanted to figure out how to spend New Year's Eve in Dubai, my favorite place in the world. And the whole year was going to be devoted to figuring that out, because I knew if I was going to end up there, I would have to be financially very, very well off to be able to do that without having any sort of mental pressure or bank pressure. And even though it's not December, right now I could afford that trip with complete ease and not sweat anything. I'm not only making more money than I've ever made, but I'm having more fun than I'm ever having. And here's why. When you have a system where every single person is making money and it's built for the little guys, it's really, really fun to have someone make money for the first time online. And they might have never had success, or this might be their first opportunity, and they're getting to see money every single day. They're getting to have hope for the future. There is 3 things that I stand for in life, and it's written on my pen, it's written on my business cards, it's everywhere that you see me. It's part of my brand, which is empowerment, hope, and opportunity. This opportunity here, USI Tech, allows me to live all these 3 elements, empowering people, giving them hope, and giving them opportunity to manifest their dreams. And so not only, like I said, am I making insane amounts of money, but I'm on track to make 5 times that by the end of this year, because of the exponential growth of building a team. But I'm doing it in a way where I feel fulfilled. People are actually very happy. People love the fact that they wake up every day and actually get to see their money grow. They're happy to share this with others. They're not fearful that if I don't, I'm gonna be charged an auto ship, that I need certain amount of people to avoid the auto ship and that sort of thing. There's no attrition, because everyone is loving the process of making money. They're happy to tell their friends and family. So there's a lot of organic growth here. So if you want to make money online, there could not be a better opportunity for you to do this, with all the barriers of entries being removed. So take this and run with it. I work relentless hours, not because of the greed that I have, but because of the amount of people that I can help, because I know that opportunities like this come very, very rarely, and I have a chance to make 6 figures a month, and I don't want to let that go. But in the process of me making 6 figures, I will help a lot of people get to their financial numbers, whether that be 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand a month. And I think both Arslan and I as leaders will be a part of that. So anything you guys need, make sure to reach out.
Absolutely, yo. So I really appreciate you taking your time. I know you're a really busy dude, and you're over here crushing calls. You're always posting your number in your public face when everyone's hollering at you. I wouldn't do that because I would get way too blown up. But man, it was a pleasure to have you. It was an honor to have you. I mean, dude, congrats to all your success. I'm sure you're feeling completely blessed out of your mind right now. I mean, you deserve everything that's coming your way. You have great intentions, and dude, you're a lone wolf out there. I see you out there crushing events and webinars, and you're doing events at your offices, and you absolutely crushed this call as well. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this call. I hope you guys took a lot of nuggets and understood where we're coming from with Bitcoins and the power of USI Tech and what the future holds. And all I can say is to stay tuned for what happens after the London event, and make sure you can do whatever you got to do to make it out there to the event, because all of you guys have the chance to become another Saul, to become another Arslan, because you're here at the early stages. Now it comes down to you making that one simple decision to say, you know what, this is it. This thing's a no-brainer. This is a situation where we're putting people on the product, and it's a win-win situation for everyone. So guys, enjoy your night. Let's get connected. Let's get everyone set up, and you know, plug in. Get back with the person that invited you. You know, the person that sent you a link to this webinar, and they'll get you all set up and ready to go. So guys, I'll see you guys later. And Saul, appreciate you once again. All right.